Alright guys, so welcome back to Blue Line Garage. I'm doing a voiceover because my GoPro basically broke and I had to use a different camera and the mic wasn't working, so I'm basically going to be talking over myself and going over what's going on. I got a little itch in my ear. There we go. And so basically I got a 1955 Belair, Chevy Belair. And what I'm doing is I'm installing basically a vintage air cooling system, basically an air conditioner system for this vehicle. If you don't know about Vintageair, they make basically air conditioners for all classic cars. You basically tell them what car you have, and they have a kit that's specifically made for that car. All the parts, templates, everything actually fits into place. And I'm going to show you this on this build. Now, basically, this is just going to be an intro video. I'm going to go over the equipment, the vehicle itself, and then I'm going to make a separate video of putting it all together. So let's go over the equipment. All right. Alright guys, so first I want to go over the vehicle itself. So like I said before, it's a 1955 Chevy Belair. Now this car is pretty much myth. I mean, it's not showcase model, but it's taken care of really well. There's really not any really issues with this vehicle other than it's hot in the summertime, right? So basically the engine is just a basic engine. There's been no modifications that I'm aware of to the engine itself. Has all the basic parts. There's no upgrades to it, no coil upgrades or anything like that. We are going to be changing a few things in the engine compartment when we do install the Vintageair system. And when I say Vintageair system, that's actually the name or the manufacturer of the system. I'm not saying vintage as it's going to be an old air conditioner I'm putting in. It's actually going to be brand new. So what I want to do is I want to show you kind of inside the car, the paint job, all that stuff, because it actually looks really great. The seats are so comfortable. When I sit in the seat, it feels like I'm sitting on a mattress. That explains pretty much a baby boom back in the day, because it feels so good you can lay down on there. So let me take you around the car here real quick. Alright, so this is going to be the inside of here. Let's open up this door. As you can see, new carpeting, new interior, a lot of basically upgrades on the inside. If you know what this car looks like, stock or basic back in the day, you'll notice that there's supposed to be a radio in the center there. Well, the grill was an upgrade and it eliminated the radio system in the middle, making it very clean looking. The radio actually has been relocated into the glove box, which is actually in the center of the vehicle. You have the dash, which I was just tapping on, that's metal, not like the ones that we have today. Underneath that whole area is actually pretty much empty for wiring. The back, as you can see, has upgraded speakers in the back. The glass here has a side window. I usually see these in the old Chevy vans. There's actually pull knobs underneath the dash that opens up vents on the side for air flow. The paint job is pretty sweet, nice and clean. The glass is actually nice and smooth. You could notice that this glass here has no bubbling in it. As in like the old cars, you're going to start seeing bubbling, deterioration, discoloration, and all that stuff. We already went over the engine compartment here, so we're basically going to skip that. Okay, so now we're back, and I'm actually pointing out this strut that actually goes across that metal brace there. It's pretty little flimsy. The hood does rock side to side. If you do have an old classic car, a lot of cars have that. The hood's hold it up to those springs right there. I'm actually going to see if I could get those replaced and get a little tougher one so the hood actually stays open. When I hang my lights on top of the hood actually slowly comes down, so those springs isn't quite strong anymore. Okay, so basically what we have here is the passenger side, and I'm basically showing you the side of the car. It is really smooth. It's a great Sunday ride, especially going to church. This door here, what I'm pointing out, actually sticks out a little bit. It is fully closed, but it almost looks like somebody didn't latch it all the way. So during this build, I'm actually going to check the hinges, see if I can line the door up. That mirror there that I'm shaking is also loose, maybe just a loose screw. I'm basically going to go through this whole car as if it was my own, make any type of small minor repairs, tighten the different screws, grease up joints, things like that. I'm going to check all the moldings, make sure they're all pushed in, make sure none of them are sticking out. As you can see, that one's a little wobbly. And that's easy fix. I could just slide something between there, maybe some double-sided tape to get that going. These old cars doesn't really have many mounting holes or those brackets. I'm pointing at some screws. There are some screws missing on the front hood lip. I'm going to go ahead and try and get screws to fit in there and fix that up. You can see a screw there, and no screw there. So I'm going to have to try and fix that as well. Get a screw for that. Pretty simple things. Both headlights actually seem pretty well. Nothing really in the front that I need to focus on or focus repairing. Alright guys, so here it is, the Vintageair system that we've been waiting for. Alright, so basically this is a Vintageair system that's dedicated for this vehicle. Right there we have the condenser, we have some hoses, we have the blower motor right there where I'm pointing at, we have mounting brackets, we have tubing, we have more stuff, I don't know what it is, some more metal, I don't know what it is, and then some spare parts and some paperwork I gotta look through. The compressor is in that big box that's right there. While I'm telling you all this, we're already halfway done with the build and got a lot of stuff mounted. It actually is pretty easy. The instructions come, there's actually small instructions per each unit. So what I'm pointing at, all those papers that are in those packets actually have small instructions where they go. Then you have the main booklet that actually tells you what to do and how to install things. There's pictures. Listen, if instructions has pictures, I'm in love, okay? Because that's going to tell me how to put stuff in there. I don't have patience to sit there and read, even though I had to read every single line in this installation to make sure it was perfect. So the booklet in the beginning, it basically tells you what you need to remove from the car to make room for the new parts. This vent that I'm holding right now, it's 50-50. It seems a little thin. Plastic, those rings doesn't feel metal. And the end piece there got a little crushed during shipping. So hopefully we don't need such a long tube and we could cut that down. As you can see, got bent right there. I also have these brackets here. Those brackets actually get mounted up in each corner to defrost the window. That is going to be where the AC is going to come out of, and that's going to be mounted underneath the dash in the corners or above the dash. I can't remember which one it is. That's all the wiring that needs to be. That's going to be the blower. So we remove the heater core, and that's where the blower is going to be installed, and we're going to have to tie everything in, and basically that's going to be the mother load where we connect everything to, and all the lines have to go to. That in that small box is the dryer. It's going to have an in and out outlet. Very easy to connect the lines. You need to make sure that you actually don't cross thread some of the lines. We almost cross-thread one of the lines, but we were able to catch it right away and prevented a situation that would have lasted a long time to fix. Alright, so that pretty much wraps all this stuff up. All this equipment here, like I said, if you're buying this for yourself, I highly recommend it. This kit here, of course, it probably run you between $1,000 to $2,000 depending on what vehicle you have. Very simple install. Please watch the next video of us installing it, and basically you're going to see any problems that we might run into. Alright, so real quick, I wanted to go over the manual with you, so just like I show you kind of what it looks like. Each face sheet has a parts list. Basically, they're hand-picked for your car. It's checked off. Basically, if you're missing a part there, you need to be calling somebody and telling them that it's missing. I'm going to go through some of the pages to kind of show you what the instructions look like. Of course, this is the car that we're working on. It almost looks identical. I might have my kids crayon in that car. Here are some of the parts that we're going to be working on, I believe, in this booklet. And the next page here, if I could get it going. Come on, you could do it. There we go. Important, please read, don't want to do that. Alright, so here we go. So basically the first thing that we had to do was install the condenser. Then after the condenser, it's going to be the blower motor. As you can see, the pictures are pretty detailed. The instructions are clear. Tells you how to put everything in. Soon we're going to start getting into some pictures and exactly what we need to do. So as you can see, this is the wiring pictures, basically where they go, how to mount them to the vehicles, what to do with the wiring, how to connect them, where to plug them. Everything should be in this book. So you shouldn't have any problems. Listen, if you're a guy and you're just thinking about getting this for your car, but it might be too hard for you to do, I'm telling you, it's not that hard. It is a lot of work. It's much easier if you have a buddy helping you, but you could do it. I'm telling you, anybody could really do it. If you know how to read some instructions and follow what it says, you're not going to have any problems at all. Especially vehicles like this are pretty much open and empty. You're not going to get stuck behind something or unable to mount something. It's not tight. It's not a brand new vehicle. There's not going to be many things in its way, so you're not going to have any problems. Alright guys, so that's going to wrap up this episode. Like I said, this is just an information video. We're just going to go over the car, over the equipment, which we did. We are going to be installing all this, and we're going to be videotaping. The next video might be a little crummy because I used the same camera and didn't find out till afterwards. But just bear with me. I'm actually going to go over all the installation stuff that we have to do. I'm going to show you where everything mounts to, how it looks, and how easy it is, and the tools that you're going to need to install all this equipment. So just stay tuned. Look for my other episodes. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go to my channel, make sure you subscribe, and you see the rest of the videos there on this installation. I'm going to go slow. I'm going to show you guys exactly what to do, especially if you have the same vehicle. We ran into a few little issues, but we were actually able to take care of them on the spot, and I'm going to show you guys basically how we took care of that. Alright, stay tuned. Thanks. Peace.